Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub. It is Friday, February 11th. We get the weekend started right here with the NBA Pub Hub. Skee Profit, Dutch Boy Fresh, and TROT Wham alongside. I'm Ian Cameron, ready to break down the Friday NBA card. A big one on this Friday, of course, last night highlighted by that NBA Finals rematch with the Bucks and the Suns. I find it just hilarious that Phoenix, whether it was Chris Paul, Devin Booker, the coach, everybody associated with the team, just another game. It's just another game for us. We're not putting much stock into it, much emphasis into it. That was a load of crap as far as I'm concerned. They didn't play like it was just another game last night, Phoenix Suns. They played like they had something to prove, and they certainly did that, taking apart the Milwaukee Bucks, their first chance to play them since last year's NBA Finals loss. But that was yesterday. Let's move on to today. We've got a big card. Let's start with Oklahoma City and Philadelphia. Philadelphia, 13.5-point home favorites here, 206.5 the total. In this game, of course, the Sixers making waves on the trade deadline yesterday with the big deal bringing in James Harden, of course. We'll see how it pans out. He has already been ruled out for this weekend, essentially. He won't play tonight. He won't play tomorrow against Cleveland either. So it's going to be at least a few days before we see Mr. James on the floor for the Philadelphia 76ers. Tyrese Maxey, a game-time decision tonight for the Sixers as well, with a hamstring issue. And that is more significant for Philly than maybe it was 48 hours ago, because you no longer have Seth Curry on this basketball team. So Tyrese Maxey, having him on the floor for that offense, you want that. Because if he doesn't play, you all of a sudden are going to have to put another guy at the point with Korkmaz and Thibault and Harris and Embiid, and it just puts even more on the plate of Embiid and Harris in particular, the two best options offensively if Maxey doesn't go. So we'll see how this one goes. Obviously, Oklahoma City, they got crushed by Toronto in their last game, 117-98, and they lost by 12 to Golden State at home before that. I think this is a lot of points, though. I mean, the one thing about OKC is on the road, they beat Dallas, they upset them, they beat Portland. They did lose at Sacramento, but we've seen them in these road underdog spots. At Cleveland, they were 12-point dogs. They just lost by 7. I'd take OKC before I take Philly, but it's probably going to be backwood for me. Skee, what do you think here? Thunder and Sixers.
Sixers also play tomorrow, and the line has, I don't want to bet first half minus 8.5. So it's a game I'm going to pass. But I've been doing pretty well in the NBA lately. I do like a lot today. There's others that I will participate in.
All right, good enough. I feel that way as well. Dutch, what do you think here? OKC, Philly.
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Be sure to hit that motherfucking like button. Like I just hit that plane, a Salmon River OG. It's going to get you right where you need to be. Yeah, man. Big shout out to Mark, Nick, our guy, Ray Charles, Zachary. You already know what I'm about to do with this motherfucker. But before I do that, if y'all could share the video, it'd be muchly appreciated. Now back with this bitch, please.
Yeah. And again, SGA, I'm going to reiterate, I think we all know that because I've said it with every Thunder game for the last week, but we will not see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander again until after the All-Star break. So you never have to worry for the next week whether we're going to see him on the floor. He won't be back till after the break. Wham, anything for you here?
All I will say here is that this been owned by the 76ers over the last 3 meetings. They won and covered. One of those spreads was a 15-point spread here, so they have been able to do it. Number one, 3-point defense as well, allowing 27% to opponents, which is ranked number 1 again over the last 5 games. So I expect Lu Dort to struggle. Don't like this prop today. And yeah, man, I can only think the Sixers here. So it's not a backwood for me because I am on the Sixers. Got him at the 12 here, but I'm gonna stay away from giving it out though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay away from giving it out. It's a little too scary. You feel me? Like you mentioned, they are 17-10 as road dogs. OKC, even though they don't got those guys, kind of don't matter at all. So it is what it is. But I like the Sixers today. I think it is a smack spot.
All right, Cleveland and Indiana. Next up, Cavs and Pacers. We got the Cavs 6-point road favorites, 214.5 the total. In this one, of course, Cleveland coming with the trade, I should say. Of course, getting Karis LeVert, of course, brought him in here to help this basketball team. With Darius Garland, looks like he's still out for Cleveland here. It's funny, he returned on Wednesday and played well, 27 points in that game for the Cavs. We were wondering on Wednesday's show, would he play against San Antonio? He did. and he ended up leading them to a very impressive victory, 105-92, won and covered in that game. That's 3 straight wins and covers for the Cavs, but no Garland tonight for the Cleveland Cavaliers, as he will be once again unavailable for them. So it kind of takes the interest, at least a little bit, in terms of taking Cleveland here in this game, but I really don't want to back Indiana. That's clear as day. 0-4 straight up, 0-4 ATS. Cleveland or pass for me, but probably going to be a pass this time around. But I'll tell you this, I would lay the Cleveland number in a heartbeat, -6, before I endorse Indiana right now. Pacers are selling off. Pacers have clearly indicated that and shown that with their transactions the last few days. They're thinking long-term. They're thinking future. Their onus is not necessarily win ball games right now. It's retool, rebuild this thing, and look toward the future. So Cleveland or pass. Don't know if I'll bet it, but that's just a lean for now with Garland out. Wham, what do you think here? Cavs, Pacers.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this game. I haven't bet this game yet, but obviously without Darius Garland, I don't want to touch the Cavs. It's just how I'm going to operate with them until he comes back healthy. I'm not going to mess with him, even though it is a revenge spot, I guess you could say, for LeVert coming back against his old team. He probably has a lot of gratitude for them. He may be easing up a little bit on them. So I like Tyrese Halliburton today, man. I am going to be looking into his props, his assist prop, of course. A lot of the guys that you got, the guys on this team, they may be playing pity pat with the ball, so it is something I'm going to tread lightly. I'm not going to ladder it up too much, but I do expect him to have 8 assists today. So the 6.5 is something I did bet. I think you're muted, bro.
I'm surprised Miles Turner actually didn't get traded and moved by Indiana, but then again, he's out until after the All-Star break. Some injury concerns. Maybe some teams had those concerns with him moving forward, but he ended up staying pat here with Indiana at the deadline. But yeah, there's going to be some enthusiasm from a couple of these Pacers, obviously making their debuts. 2 of them that they got from Sacramento, they're going to be in the starting lineup today. Of course, Tyrese Halliburton goes without saying, but a Buddy Hield as well. Expect to see them in the starting 5 tonight for Rick Carlisle and the Pacers. Dutch, anything for you on this game, Cleveland, Indiana?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Nets Bets, Paulie Walnuts. I see you, my dude. Tasha, Tiffany, the ladies. Muchly appreciated, always joining us, of course. Yeah, man. This game with Garland, I really wanted it. I hesitated to pull the trigger, and now it's looking like my hesitation was the correct play, because I don't really want to bet this game without Garland. I mean, this motherfucker looked real nice, and they pulled away from the Spurs last game, but if Garland wasn't there, I don't know if that happens, to be quite honest with you. He was lights the fuck out. They do have Rondo, backing up, coming off. He's been playing solid. I like this Cavs team, but I don't know if I want to force this. I feel like I forced a little yesterday, so I'm treading a little lightly today. But these 2 teams did play. Let me make sure I got this right. They played February 6th, real recently. The Cavs won at home 98-85 as a 7-point favorite with no Garland. So, we could see it. The numbers pretty telling that, they shouldn't be able to handle business here again. Now, a big reason they handled them in there was the bench outscored the Pacers 62-32. They were 25-10 from assist to turnover ratio. So they did pretty well without Garland there. And then, of course, on the other hand, you have the Pacers, 17 assists with 19 turnovers. Got some new blood in there as well. I don't know if it's going to be too gold-blooded out there. There'll probably be some more turnovers going on. I don't know. I probably wouldn't be too scared, honestly, with Cleveland here. If you like this game, I think you'll be all right with Cleveland. But nothing official for me.
All right, Skee, how about you, Cavs, Pacers?
I'm with Wham. I would not want the Cavs without Garland. And they're at the rest disadvantage. They also have a game tomorrow. So it'll be Pacers or pass for me. And
Hold up. Wait, say that again?
Yeah, exactly. Whenever I feel that way, I'm a pass. So I'm good on this game.
There you go. Yeah, you had to get the whole statement from Skee. Yeah, Pacers may be in a better spot here, but am I betting it? Hell no. Betting them? Hell no. That's where he stands on this one, and I would agree. It's hard to get there. But you know what? Halliburton and Hield, these 2 guys that are going to be in the line, they'll be excited. Maybe it puts a little adrenaline into this team. I still don't think it may be enough, though, necessarily. Now, we're not on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, but I'm going to bring this up because I'm just seeing the Saturday lines pop up. What the hell am I missing here in the Memphis-Charlotte game tomorrow? Memphis is open to 4.5-point road favorite in that game. Are you kidding? Have we watched these two teams lately? One couldn't be playing any better, and the other couldn't be playing any worse. What are we missing there Saturday? That's got to go up, that number. Holy mackerel. 4.5, really? Memphis? Just 4.5 on the road at Charlotte tomorrow? Wow. I just saw it, like, as Skee was talking about the Cleveland-Indiana game, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Looks like a bet for Ian tomorrow is what it looks like on the Memphis Grizzlies. All right, next up, we've got Charlotte and Detroit. We've got Charlotte 6.5, 7-point road favorites in this game, 226.5 the total, pretty much across the board. I like the over here. I understand why the number's gone up. It's not like we're seeing the Pistons really stop anybody on the defensive end of the basketball court right now. That is for sure. They've had issues on the defensive end. You could say they've had issues on the offensive end as well at times without Cade Cunningham. He's missed multiple games in a row, although he's questionable tonight. He sat out the first half of the back-to-back against Memphis so that he had a chance maybe to play in this game tonight against the weaker opponent. So there is probably a chance we see Cunningham. That would certainly help the over here even more. Now, Charlotte's been trending under. Detroit's kind of been, loose defensively. But I could definitely see their offense perking up significantly if we get Cunningham. And I'll say this about Charlotte. They've trended under. Their offense has been bad. I will say this about them. They've played Boston, who have been terrific defensively. Cleveland's a solid defensive team. Miami plays defense. Toronto plays great defense. Chicago, is the one team that doesn't play great defense, but they did score more in that game. They just gave up more. Bottom line is, a lot of these Charlotte losses, they played some good teams, good defensive teams. That ain't Detroit. I think they can get their scoring, and LaMelo Ball and company can find the basket a lot easier tonight here in this game. So I like this total. I agree with the move up with Charlotte and Detroit over the total. Dutch, what do you think here? Hornets, Pistons.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Jay Wills, Sweaty Butcher. I see you, my dude. Mr. Gay Area 415, my guy. I seen you in the chat last couple of days. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. This game, man, I really want to bet the Hornets here. I can't lie. It's kind of like I've been talking so much shit about the Hornets lately, but
this would be the one spot to do it.
Yeah, I do believe, there's levels to it. I don't believe they're as bad as the Pistons. They're not on that level. They're not down there, I believe they're in the middle tier. But we have been fading the Hornets of late, so it's not really something I just want to jump right into and be like, yeah, I like the Hornets here. But I can't lie, I do like the Hornets. The Pistons are one, and it's damn near just what it is. It's an auto fade of the motherfucking Pistons. I knew the line was there for Memphis yesterday. I didn't go against my rule of not laying a double digit on the road, and obviously it was a clear side. I believe they covered first half full game and first quarter as well. So I missed out on that money. I don't know if I want to miss out on it today with the Hornets. The Pistons are 1-5 ATS last 6 as a dog. They're 0-6 straight up last 6. Average loss is 14 points per game here. 1-5 overall last 6 against the number. Now the Hornets are 5-1 ATS last 6 versus Detroit, excuse me. And these two teams did play January 5th, a 29-point win by the Hornets. They're 8-2 ATS last 10 meetings, 11-0 straight up the last 11 meetings. They beat these boys 11 fucking times in a row. Now you're getting the Pistons on a back-to-back after that ass whooping. I don't know if the 29-point thing is a good or a bad thing, to be honest with you here. But yeah, man, I would only look the Hornets here, and I'm this close to going to the window. And the only thing that's stopping me, honestly, is I've been fading them of late because I don't like. We've talked about the chemistry, the one-on-one basketball. It's not winning basketball to me, but I think it could be easily win here against the Pistons.
And it was evident actually on Monday night when I watched the Hornets play Toronto. And the style of play couldn't even be more different with the two. Charlotte iso ball, selfish basketball, everybody trying to do things individually. And there's Toronto sharing the ball. Everybody gets a touch, paint touch, kick it out back to the perimeter. I mean, inside, outside, balance, all that stuff you're not seeing with Charlotte right now. Just too much individuals and they're not functioning as a team right now. That is definitely clear when you watch them play. Skee, but this is a winnable spot for them. Let's be honest. I mean, this is a step down from anybody they've played lately. That's for sure. We'll see if the Hornets take advantage. Skee, what do you think? Charlotte, Detroit.
I don't want either side. The Hornets, I mean, I talked about them last time. I think, too much stuff going on over there for me to endorse picking them, especially they haven't been winning, they haven't been covering. No way am I laying 7, even if, Detroit's on the back-to-back. I kind of disagree with you though, Ian, on the total. Um, I get Detroit's not that strong defensively, but neither of these offenses have been doing anything. Last 2 weeks, Charlotte averaging under 102 points per game, Detroit averaging under 103 points per game. I mean, where are the points going to come from to get to 226 and a half? So if I'm making a play in this game, and I've been thinking about it all day, it's going to be under that number.
All right, and it might be worth your while if you like the under. Wait a little longer because the total's already gone up a bit. Maybe even get 227 or so before tip off, and you'll get a better number. Don't ask, don't tell. Oh my goodness!
Appreciate you, bro.
Am I seeing? I haven't had anything to drink yet.
Hit
Today,
that
so thank you
motherfucking
for
don't
that.
know, bro.
Hey, he a wild boy though. He a wild boy
Yeah.
for 69, bro. You could have did 70 champ or 8.
No, Big Show just sounded the Dono train sound. So obviously, I'm not seeing things. I'm not drunk. Nobody is. That is a $69 Dono I see in our chat, courtesy of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Happy V-Day, Valentine's Day. There you go. I guess Pub Sports
Man, for the
Radio is your
ladies.
Valentine.
Yeah,
Is that what
yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying?
For the
man,
ladies.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
Come on, bro. Of course. Come on now. Settle down, Dutch.
They a
Come on,
wild
dog.
boy to 6'9", get
Come
this guy
on,
going.
dog. Come on, dog.
Unlike
Well,
other
settle down.
Valentines, Pub Sports Radio won't break your heart. So there you go. Thank you very much. Don't ask, don't tell. $69 Dono. We appreciate that very much. Thank you again. Much love. All right. Good stuff. All right, Wham. I don't think we've heard from you yet for this game. Charlotte,
Nah,
Detroit.
man. Yeah, man. The problem with Charlotte, they haven't been scoring. That's what the issue is over the last 5 games. They ranked 27th in that regard as far as points per game. This team is dead bottom 5 in points allowed over that span as far as Detroit. So this is definitely the time to get it. One of the worst 3-point teams. You know, these guys like to chunk up the threes. Did have the Miles Bridges 3 prop last time. I think we could go to the points prop this time. He's had 20 plus points, 21 plus points over the last 2 games. Again, these teams are allowing one of the worst in rebounding, and along with just guarding the perimeter in the Detroit Pistons. I do expect if K comes back, it's going to help them out. So that is something there. But as far as the points that I'd like, as far as the prop that I like in this game, it is going to be Miles Bridges over 20.5 points, minus 104 on FanDuel. I believe you could get Bovada minus 110. So that's why I'm rocking with, man.
All right. Next up, we go to Denver and Boston now.
Real quick,
go
Ian.
ahead.
That I see 5.5 already, so you might want to, get a little action in on there.
Oh, I've already bet it. I already bet it actually right when I saw it. So I got 4.5. It's what 5.5 already.
Well, at least the book that I have.
Yeah, I got 4.5 bet online because the bet online is the earliest to post NBA.
Oh yeah,
for the next
you must have raised the line for me then, because I did it on Bet Online too.
Yeah, 5.5. So there you go. If you like Memphis more, get on that. And Charlotte on a back-to-back as well, isn't it? Memphis doesn't play tonight, do they? I don't think they do. No,
they don't.
No, so it's it's a rest advantage too for Memphis. I mean, people are saying maybe if weird shit happens before the All-Star break, maybe Memphis mails it in. Memphis could have mailed it in last night, did they? No, they could have mailed it in the night before. They didn't play a good team the night before, the Clippers, and they didn't mail it in. You know, they're showing focus. They want to keep this thing going. They're feeling good. They're playing good. Same with Toronto. I mean, to me, if you're betting against Toronto and you're betting against Memphis, you're simply thinking they're going to have a letdown spot and a flat spot, and they're going to have a clunker one of these days. We just haven't seen it for many of these teams lately. So that number just stuck out like a sore thumb when I first saw it. Like Memphis minus 4.5 at Charlotte tomorrow. I just couldn't believe it was that low. So hopefully we'll see Memphis get it done there. Denver and Boston tonight. Next game on the card. We got Boston minus 6. 6-point home favorites, 218.5 the total in this one. I'll tell you what, we'll see what the Celtics look like here, but they were active, of course, with some deals as well. Of course, Daniel Tice, an old friend, back in the fold once again here for the Boston Celtics, back on the team again. We'll see how that it turns out for them and adds to this team just a little bit in terms of the front court. They've already got Horford and Grant Williams and Robert Williams there, so they've got some competition, I guess, for minutes, if you will, along the front line of the Celtics right now. But of course, it's the other guys, the big three: Brown, Tatum, that stir the drink here for this Boston Celtics team, and Marcus Smart as well. Great at both ends of the basketball court, and they're playing well right now. Let's give Boston their share of credit. They're playing better. They've won 6 straight. They're 4-2 ATS during that time. The only times they didn't cover, they were bigger favorites. They won by 6 at home against Charlotte, and they won by 9 at Detroit. They just pummeled Brooklyn and Orlando big time in their last 2 games on the road. Now they'll welcome in Denver. They're off a couple of home wins in a row, and they haven't played since February 8th. Same with Boston, so it's equal rest advantage. But like I say with the Nuggets, they played Brooklyn. Brooklyn's been totally out of sync, obviously, for a while, playing poorly. Same with the Knicks. Do you really want to put too much stock into the way Denver played going in to this game? We'll see how it goes. Obviously, Jokic is going to be a tough assignment, tough matchup for anybody that gets minutes for that Celtics front court tonight. But Boston's playing well. I'm not sure I'm in a rush to go in front of them. It's a backwood game for me. No real strong opinion. I think the number's in a good spot. I think Boston probably wins. It's just a question of do they cover the 6. They might not. What do you think here, Wham? Celtics hosting the Nuggets.
Yeah, I think they do cover the 6 here. I didn't bet this game yet, but I am leaning Boston in this spot. I think it could be a backwood for me as well, though, because we have obviously been riding the first half trend for the Denver Nuggets, and it's pretty much been the opposite at the house for this Boston team over the last 10 home games. Their first half, they went under 9 of those times. So it's pretty much the opposite here in these two styles of play. The series as well has been under 5 straight times. And on that span, Boston has covered 4 of those 5 times. So I don't want to jump ahead of that. And I do believe that if they do get some of their guys back, I think Derek White is in Boston today. So he may be available in this game. So he's in. I think he makes an impact on his team immediately. The type of guys that they have there, like you mentioned, it is guys that he's taking minutes from for sure. So maybe some disgruntled people in there, but I think the culture is there. That it's all pretty much about the 2 J's there, and that's kind of how I'm thinking here. I think Boston does take care of business. Haven't bet this game yet, but that's the way I'm going.
Yeah, there's uncertain of his status tonight, Derek White, to make his Celtics debut after that deal with San Antonio. They say he might be available and might only be off the bench tonight for Boston, so we'll wait and see on that closer to tip-off, but at least potential still exists for Derek White to make his debut with the Celtics here tonight. Skee, any thoughts with Nuggets, Celtics?
And they asked me in the chat because I had another show I did, and I was going to play with one of my friends in Madden if I won. I didn't get to finish because I had to come do the show right here, but I was losing. He had just scored a touchdown on me. I was losing. To be just to put it out there and be transparent. Boston and Denver. I like Boston first quarter. I don't have the ATS, but I know the Boston last 3 in the first quarter, they've been killing it, like plus 12.7 margin. And I just like them to get out early. Like I bet their first quarter, first half, the last game. I think I bet the same thing the game before, and it's just been good to me. So they've been playing the best basketball in the association. I feel like the last 5 games, maybe even a little bit longer. And I like them early tonight. So Boston first quarter minus 1.5.
All right, Celtics minus 1.5 first quarter for Skee. Dutch, this team has just been driving you nuts all year. What do you think of them tonight? Boston against, actually Denver has at times too. What do you think of these two?
Yeah, man. I think we turned the page on these motherfucking leprechauns, though. The Celtics, we've been all right of late, and I think we're going to continue to do that tonight. Not fucking around. I'm not mad at the first quarter or first half play by my man Skee. But they're the better. I'm going to take the better team full game. The Nuggets do fuck around and kind of come out sometimes early, and then they have a tendency to give away big leads, and so do the Celtics, though. But I just like what I see from the Boston Celtics, from a complete team. I like the additions they made. Schroeder is not really that guy to me. I like Derek White. I think he'll fit in pretty nice there, but I don't believe they'll need him tonight. Monte Morris is out of the lineup also for Denver, so I really who's running the fucking point over there? You know what I mean? They don't have a fucking point guard. It's Joker, right? Joker's the point. Yeah. So I think that is not going to bode well for the Denver Nuggets. And let's just be honest, Denver Nuggets aren't really the fucking Denver Nuggets this year. Joker's the Joker, and when it comes anything after that, they're streaky as a motherfucker. So I have no confidence in them, and I like everything I'm seeing from the Celtics. I like the way Jalen and Jalen and Jason have been playing of late. I like me some Robert Williams as well, and then of course Marcus Smart, the Bulldog is running the show. So the Celtics on the 6-game win streak. So you guys touched on a little bit, but they were allowing 93 points per game. They're fucking the best defense since January 1st in the NBA, holding opponents to 38% field goal percentage in that span, an average win 11 points per game. So I don't believe we have to be scared here. I locked it in at 5.5. I believe the 6 is good money. They are 6-3 overall last night against the number, and they're 3-0 straight up and against the number last 3 meetings versus the Denver Nuggets. Average win 15 points per game. The fucking Denver Nuggets do not want to see the Boston Celtics. They are 5-13-1 5 18-1 last 19 games against. No, I had it right. I can't read my own writing. 5-13-1 ATS last 19 against the motherfucking Celtics. So look for the Leprechauns to smack them around a little bit early and often tonight. But this -6 is good money. My fault.
All right, there it is. Like in Boston here, -6 for Dutch. And it's funny, Michael Malone was saying about the point guard situation with Morris out. He's got the concussion, and they're asking him what options does he have. He says, we've got options. He says, we've got Bones, we've got Campazzo, we've got Forbes, we've got Rivers. They can all man if need be. You know what that means? You've narrowed it down to 4 people. It means you have no options. You have no options you can count on. Then if you've narrowed it down to 4 people, 4 guys to play the point tonight? Wow, coach, you've done a great. It's really narrowing it down. When you're talking about maybe using one of 4 guys or multiple of 4 players to be the point guard tonight, that means you're probably not overly confident in any of them to run the point guard position without obviously Monte Morris right now for the Denver Nuggets tonight at that spot. Wham, what do you think here, Denver, Boston?
Yeah, man, maybe Jeff Green. Maybe Jeff Green at the point,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
There, yeah.
That makes sense to me. At least over his 7.5 points over the last 16 games, it's hit 10 times. You know, I don't really have too much to say other than he's playing against his old team. May have a little bit of chip on the shoulder there, but I can only I think we already had me. We're talking about the Denver Nuggets game, right? My fault, y'all. My fault. Yeah. We already had me on. I already told you guys. Yeah, I already told everybody. I like the Boston. I haven't bet this game yet, but I do like Boston full game.
Yeah.
On this one.
You tried to back with it, say it was exotic, then try to back with it. Stop fucking around and hit that motherfucking exotic plane. Wham,
yeah, no, he threw it back to me like, yo, Wham, you really want to make this official? I'm like, man, maybe I'm looking at this Jeff Green shit now. You know what I'm saying? But most definitely though.
I think
that's
exactly what happened. I get what happened. I asked you.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. But no, I think I am going to pull the trigger on this Boston. That's what I was going to tell you guys after the show. Like, I think after you guys kind of convinced me, I'm about to make this official.
All right, good stuff. All right, we go to San Antonio, Atlanta. Atlanta 8-point home favorites, 233 and a half the total in this one. The Atlanta Hawks, they blew out Indiana in their last game earlier this week, 133-112, bouncing back at home after 2 consecutive road losses. And now they'll play San Antonio, who got held down 105-92 in their last game against Cleveland. And keep in mind, San Antonio looks a little bit different now. Derek White traded out, of course, to Boston. They traded away a couple pieces yesterday. So their starting 5 looks at least a little bit different. You're looking at DeJounte Murray, Devin Vassell, Doug McDermott, Keldon Johnson, Jakob Poeltl. Jakob Poeltl was talked about with some teams as a potential trade component, but he ends up staying put with San Antonio. Atlanta, certainly a team that's capable here on their home. They're starting to get their act together again at home. They've played better at home. The only loss was to Toronto, who's been playing great lately. Other than that, they've gotten their shit together again, playing better on their home floor. They are on a 6-1 straight up an ATS run last 7 home games going into this one. I think I like the full game over here, 233, but I think I might play it a little bit safe here and split it between the full game over and this Atlanta team total over, which I was on in the Indiana game the other night. I did the same thing in that Indy-Atlanta game. I think that was the magical 15-0 night for me on Tuesday. I took Atlanta team total over and the full game over. And both of them cashed. And I think that's the way I'm thinking in this game tonight as well. I think the Hawks can go over 121, 120 and a half with their team total. And I think the full game over can get there too at 233. I'm just a little bit more concerned about how much offense and production the Spurs give you in terms of that total. What do you think here, Skee? We'll start with you on this one, Spurs and Hawks.
I think this is a bad spot for the Spurs. I think they're missing a couple guys even, but they have the rest disadvantage. They play again tomorrow, and Hawks, like you said, they've been playing good basketball, especially at the house. Last 2 weeks for the Hawks at the house, I know they're 4-1 straight up and against the spread. They've been winning those games by like 9.5 points on average. And I look at, in general, we're just talking about the Hawks at home. In the games that they've won at the house, they do them all by margin. The average win is 13.4 points per game. 13 of, their last, or 13 of their 16 wins in total at the house have been by 8 or more. So I'm confident in that. I also like them first half. I think the Hawks have been pretty hot early. I want to say somewhere like 8-2 against the spread in the first half, the last 10. So Hawks early and often for me.
All right, there we go. The Hawks, first half and full game for Skee. And they got at Boston on Sunday, but that's Sunday. That's not tomorrow. They do have a day off. It's a pretty big game, but I don't think they're looking past San Antonio tonight. They need wins. They got to win games like this when they are got an inferior opponent, and they have been getting it done back at home. They got the home cooking going again down in the ATL. Dutch, what do you think here? San Antonio, Atlanta.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Jess Durrell. Let's see here. JB Brown, I see you, my guy. Elliot V. Yeah, man. This game, I kind of agree with everything y'all said. Really, kind of what Ski said made me want to bet the motherfucking Hawks, but I didn't bet it. I didn't plan on betting it, and everything that I did yesterday that I didn't plan on and didn't win. So I'm not betting the motherfucking Hawks today. But I guess you could only look that way. Mr. H Town, I agree with you as well. Some solid numbers as well to back up what Ski was saying. So yeah, man, it could be Atlanta's night, but I'll be chilling.
Atlanta's night, but Dutch is chilling. There you go. Wham, what do you think here? Spurs and Hawks.
Yeah. The only thing I have problems with the Hawks is that their defense on the three has been pretty much bad over the last 5 games. 43% was they giving up. Kind of made me want to go to the Keldon Johnson prop. We know he's been hitting the 1.5 for a long time here. I think the 16.5 points is kind of short though. So I did take a stab at the over 16.5 points for Keldon Johnson. It hit 5 of the last 7 games. He's been one of those guys that, getting that uptick with Derek White being gone. I could see him getting that uptick there. And then also as far as what he's been doing over the last 5 games with that guy in the lineup, still averaging 18 points. So he could get over that just based off his average. I do like that as far as that prop. That's the only thing I did bet. But I want to talk you off the Hawks here. I could see it being a bad spot for them for sure for the Spurs. So I wouldn't talk anyone off that side there. But Keldon Johnson is the only way I went, 16.5 points.
All right, Minnesota, Chicago. We got the Bulls, 3-point home favorites, 241 the total in this game. Do have some personnel questions. Patrick Beverley, game time decision. D'Angelo Russell, game time decision and questionable. Anthony Edwards, the same thing for Minnesota. I think they're all going to play, but I don't want to say for sure yet till we get. My gut says they're going to play tonight. I would think, but just don't have that confirmation. Yeah, Ayo Dosunmu, game time decision, as well as Nikola Vucevic for the Chicago Bulls game time decision as well. Actually, he's been upgraded, probable for Nikola Vucevic, so he's going to play. He'll be on the floor tonight for the Chicago Bulls in this one. Look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I get it. It's a high total in this one, but Minnesota's gotten into the 240s. Hell, they've had games that have gotten into the 250s lately. Chicago's still not stopping anybody. If we get everybody suiting up, in particular Russell and Edwards, the 2 big offensive catalysts for Minnesota, I think we have another shootout here involving the Chicago Bulls. I'm still riding the Chicago over train tonight, even at 241. As far as the side goes, I'd lean Minnesota if we get all these guys in, catching points. They're playing well. I don't trust the Bulls defense laying points. And remember, this ain't Charlotte. I cashed with Chicago against Charlotte the other night, but this isn't Charlotte. Minnesota is a lot better than Charlotte. So lean to the dog. Don't know if I'll bet it. I like the total more, though, over this number. Wham, what about you here? T-Wolves, Bulls.
Yeah, I like the total over as well. I'm keying in on the first quarter. I believe it's at 62 right now for the first quarter over here. As far as the Minnesota Timberwolves over the last 5 road games, they went over the first quarter for those games. And then same thing for this team. They're on a 6 in those straight first quarter over trend at the house for the Bulls. So I do like that look as far as what everything that you said. I think it's going to be a lot of pace in this game. And then as far as Io, he's free. He's free on the prop market right now at the 5.5 assists. This team is bottom 5 in opponents' assists over the last 5 games in Timberwolves. So I think he got a good shot of going over the 5.5. So I did take the Sumu assist over 5.5, and then also the over 62 first quarter points.
All right, there you go. So Io DeSumo and over 62.5. That's the first half in this one for Wham in this game. Dutch, what do you think here? Timberwolves, Bulls.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy TAC Risen Star Child. I see you, my dude. Yeah, I disagree here. I like the Bulls here. I really do. I mean, and I don't really think. I mean, I know a lot of y'all, especially Ian, y'all love the Wolves. I mean, the Wolves are better than the Hornets. I wouldn't say they're that much fucking better, to be honest with you. I don't. The Wolves, man, they have their moments. I will say, they do have their moments. But I think the Bulls are a better team, and I like that Ayo's back coming off that concussion. I just think big Vooch down low. I think he can keep it up with Towns. You give me Levine and Rosen, I'll take them motherfuckers any day over Mr. Edwards and Russell. And the boys, and I believe Cody White, Javonte Green, and the rest of them will do enough to handle it. And it's a pretty small number. The 3.5, I believe, is good money here. I don't know if all of them will play or not for the Wolves, but I really don't give a fuck who's in the lineup. As long as DeRozan and Levine and Vujacic are in the lineup, I'm comfortable with the motherfucking Chicago Bulls. They're 5-0 ATS last 5 as a favorite, 4-1 ATS overall last 5 at the house, and they're 5-2 against the number last 7. Now the Wolves, they like I said, they're hit or miss. You look at them one day and you're like, wow, look at Anthony Towns, look at this motherfucker, look at all that. And then the next day it's like motherfucker got 6 points, he can't get a fucking rebound. I believe the other night he didn't have a rebound in the first fucking half. And I like Big Cat, but you don't get a rebound in the first fucking half of a game, bro, and you that fucking big. I mean, that's a problem. Now the Wolves are 2-4 ATS last 6 on the road. 0-4 ATS last 4 on the road as a dog, overall as a dog. So I believe this is a good spot here for Chicago. They handle business as a favorite, and on the other end, the Wolves aren't too good as a dog. And I believe the Bulls are the better team, so we're getting them at home. Not just asking them to win ski, but pretty fucking close. So I believe the Bulls win this game by 4 or more, easy.
All right, like in Chicago here, -3. They've been good at home. There's no question. The home record for Chicago has been very good, 19-8. I believe they are straight up at home, 18-9 against the spread. So they've been good here at the United Center in Chicago, in the Windy City. We'll see if that keeps going here tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Skee, Minnesota, Chicago.
I want no parts of the side, so I'm glad you guys were able to talk about that. But both of these teams, man, 2 good offensive teams, 2 terrible defenses. Over the last 2 weeks, both teams averaging like combined 241.6 points per game in their games. I look at the last 2 weeks, both teams combined 14-2 to the over. Looking at Minnesota on the road, 22-7 to the over. Chicago at home, 16-10 to the over. And I know it's a high number, 240 and above, whatever. We've had 73 totals, 240 or more. And 55.6% of them go to the over. So it's high for a reason. We bet in the over tonight. If you're scared, go to church.
All right, there you go. I like that. It's kind of like what we talk about in college football a lot, where when it's a high total, it's like in the high 70s or the 80s in a college football game. Those games go over more than they go under. Honestly, they do. And the stats bear that out. The highest of the highest totals in a lot of sports are over trending totals. And even though you'd think, wow, we're scared off, that's a high number, a lot of them do still go over. And I think there's ample reason to think this is more of the same here with Minnesota and Chicago tonight. These are just 2 light them up offenses and 2 get lit up defenses at the moment with these 2 teams. All right, Orlando and Utah now. Final game of this Friday card. We got the Jazz, 13.5-point home favorites, 222.5 total in this game. I don't know about the spot here for Utah. That's the only thing that would concern me. I mean, Orlando did beat Portland their last game. It's not saying much, but it's a win against the Blazers, 113-95. Now, the concern is, against better teams, last 2, Orlando, they lose by 33 to Boston. They lose by 20 to Memphis. So, can they step up here against Utah is the question. And Utah's starting to get going a little bit. 4 straight wins, covered 3 of those. 23-point win against Brooklyn, 9-point win against the Knicks. Wow, I didn't think it would be that impressive from them against Golden State, but they took apart the Warriors, 111-85 in that victory beatdown over the Golden State Warriors. That was a very impressive win. And now they might get Rudy Gobert back tonight for this game. He's been out since January 23rd. So it's been a few weeks since we've seen the big center and the big man for Utah around the rim. But a game time decision might finally be ready to return from that calf injury that he's been dealing with. So that would be a huge boost, obviously, for the Utah Jazz going into this one. As far as the Celtics are concerned, starting to get a couple pieces banged up again. Mo Wagner ruled out tonight for the Magic, and Jalen Suggs, a game time. Actually, it looks like he's been upgraded to play. It looks like he's going to be fine. He's battling an Achilles injury. They say he's going to be all right enough to take the floor in this one. So we'll see. I mean, does feel in the pit of my stomach like a flat spot potentially for Utah, but at the same point in time, they're off till Monday after this game, and that game on Monday is at home against Houston. So there's absolutely zero look-ahead spot for the Jazz here, potentially, with Houston at home on a Monday. No, it's not like, wow, we're going to take Orlando lightly because we got Houston coming up Monday. I think that's the same thing Skee said earlier this week on the show. Like, Houston's not one of those look-ahead spots when you're playing them in your next game. So it's a backwood for me when it's all. I'd lean to the over a little bit, if anything. I'd probably play the total more than the side. I'd lean over in this one. Other than that, not much for me in this Magic and Jazz game. Dutch, we'll start with you here. Orlando, Utah.
Yeah, man. Real quick, we got about 350 motherfuckers in here. We ain't even hit that Mando yet. Now, come on, we got a beautiful motherfucking weekend out. Now, if you want to have a great weekend, the first thing to start that motherfucking weekend off is to hit that motherfucking like button. And then I promise you'll continue to hit these motherfuckers over the head all weekend long. NBA, football, wherever the fuck you want to bet, let's do it, man. Smash that motherfucking like button. Get that Mando out the motherfucking way. Just Duro, I don't give a fuck what the spread play of the day is, the motherfucking Utah Jazz. So y'all take that for what it is, and I'm going to backwood this motherfucker. There you go, LAV. There's your backwood, motherfucker. Yeah.
There it is. All right, backwood for Dutch in this one, and I backwood this one, so I understand where he's coming from on this game. How about you, Wham? Orlando, Utah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Duro for his I don't give a fuck what the spread is play of the day. That's definitely a great fucking segue to backwood. I appreciate my guy Dutch for that. This is a backwood, but I do expect Orlando to probably have a little juice now that their kid is back in there, Suggs. But I agree with you guys. This is fucking big backwood for me. I don't want anything to do with this fucking game. But I do hope my guy hit, though. And I hope that they're happy that they got Gobert back as well. So there should be a reason for them to do it right before the All-Star break.
Yeah, and Durrell will be with us on Thursdays on the show moving forward, and that was his thing yesterday. That's his line. I don't give a fuck about this game. He said that a couple of times yesterday. So I don't give a fuck play is Utah, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Utah. I think it's
there it is.
13 minus 13.
Minus 13.5. Yeah, so that's from our guy, Durrell. You'll see him on Thursdays here on the show on the NBA Pub Hub. All right, Skee, what do you like here, Orlando and Utah?
Yeah, y'all tripping. It's that Za right here. Y'all sleep. But, what you saying, they got all this time off before the next game. Why would you even force Gobert to go here? Like, just let him get all the way back right. If he's game time decision, if you don't know by now, and you got all these days off, might as well just hold him off. And what I'm looking at in this one, for the Jazz, it's a couple things. They've been winning. I want to say their offense has been good, but it's been majority because their defense. And what I noticed about them, when they have a couple good defensive games in a row, they kind of just let go after that. Like, I'm looking up when they've allowed 105 points or less in back-to-back games. The next game is 10 overs, 3 unders, you know what I'm saying, this season. And that's the way I see this game going. I don't think Rudy Gobert plays. Orlando's playing at the third fastest pace in the league the last 5 games. They're averaging 110.6 points per game the last 2 weeks. I think it's going to be an up-tempo game, and I think it's high scoring. So I like the first half. I think you're getting a discount on that number, and I like the full game over.
All right, first half and full game over, both of them. All right, so first half over for Skee at 108. Wow, Miguel Reyes, $10 dono, another one. Thank you very much, my friend. We appreciate that very much. And Skee is absolutely right. why are you bringing Gobert back tonight potentially? You got Utah, you got Orlando, I should say, tonight, Houston on Monday, and your last game before the breaks at LA against the Lakers. You could win all 3 of those games without Gobert. Seriously. I mean, come on. I would just let the All-Star break come and go, and then you bring them back after the break. But it's puzzling to me because these are all games you should and can win without Rudy Gobert. Houston, Orlando tonight, and the Lakers. Those are their 3 games before the All-Star break next Thursday. So they can win all 3 of those without Gobert, but they still might rush him back tonight. We'll see. All right, great stuff with Skee, with Dutch, with Wham on this Friday card. 324 live viewers. Hit the like button. Make sure you do that. We got to get those Mando likes to end the week strong here on a Friday on the NBA Pub Hub. And, of course, we got Maxwell Smart and Connor Mack with Net Profit College Basketball coming up at the top of the hour. So make sure you stay tuned for that. As well, we will get to our best bets and we will get to Dutch's freshest look. It's all coming up. All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke. Southtown 101. We can't wait for the Pub-A-Palooza end of March. We'll all be there. Looking forward to that. Manscaped promo code PubSports. 20% off your purchase. Lawnmower 4.0 or any Manscaped product. Get 20% off using promo code PubSports. And MyBookie.ag. Super Bowl 56 weekend is here. Sign up now for an account. We got NBA, college basketball, NHL, a huge UFC pay-per-view Saturday night. Whitaker, Adesanya 2. Can't wait for that. Make sure you sign up for an account. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit as well. MyBookie.ag, promo code PubSports. And there's the Pub Rub. Get on that as well. $14.99, 2 for $25. Check it out at pubsportsradio.com. All right, best bets, Dutch's freshest look to wrap up the day, wrap up the week here on the NBA Pub Hub. Let's start with Wham today. Let's go with him for his best bet.
Muted, bro.
Muted best bet from Wham today.
They don't want to hear it, man. They don't want
Nah,
to hear it.
man. I don't know
He
why
wants
I'm
to keep it a
muted.
secret.
Oh shit, y'all got me.
We got you now, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
What was happening there? It's like it was muting itself. But neither here nor there. I was trying to say we're gonna give you 2. I guess I'm just gonna give y'all 1 then. Fuck it. It's gonna be Keldon Johnson over 16.5 points. Again, this is 5 out of the last 7 games. Should get uptick in points and the usage, man. Let's get it, bro.
All right, there we go. Keldon Johnson over points for Wham. We eventually got the best bet there from Wham right there. All right, Dutch, you're next up. Freshest look.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, you 1-0, my dude. You 1-0 for the day. Keep it up. Freshest look, we're going to Beantown, man. You already know we're going to be partying with the motherfucking leprechauns. Kush up, beers down. Let's keep this motherfucker going. Later 5.5, later 6. Boston Celtics, that's good money.
All right, Boston Celtics -6. Freshest look for Dutch for a Friday. Skee, best bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with the game nobody want to touch. You know, I think we getting paid. I think the number is too low, and I'll give y'all both of them. Magic, Jazz, first half over, full game over. Get paid.
There you go. First half over 108, full game over 222.5. Best bets, 2 best bets. First half, full game over. Orlando, Utah for Skee Profit. Pressure's on for me. 10-0. Best bet streak here on the show. We had 2 last. Brooklyn by the hair of my chinny chin, the skin of my teeth, whatever you want to use. We got it with Brooklyn +1.5. And of course, Miami minus the points against New Orleans got it done. 10-0. We're trying to make it 11 tonight. I'm going to go Atlanta team total over tonight. I like that one. I think they're going to score against San Antonio. It's 120.5 right now, the team total. Let's go. Atlanta Hawks. It's been a while. I haven't used them in a best bet for a very long time. Atlanta Hawks over 120.5 team total. And let's make it 11-0, hopefully, with this best bet streak here on the NBA Pub Hub. Looking forward to it. Let's keep it going. All right, great show, great week. Great to always be with Skee, with Dutch, with Wham, and great to be with everybody joining us in the chat. Hit that like button on the way out. We will be back next Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, once again for the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Make sure you stay tuned. Net Profit, college basketball, Maxwell Smart, Connor Mack coming up next here on Pub Sports Radio. And I'll be on with Connor Mack tomorrow morning, Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern for the Saturday Net Profit college basketball show. Max will probably drop in for a bit as well. So join us tomorrow morning for that before a huge Saturday of college basketball gets underway. For Skee Profit, for Dutch Boy Fresh, for Trot Wham, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Friday. Enjoy the games and good luck. Enjoy the Super Bowl this weekend. And by the way, make sure you check out the Super Bowl video with the Pub Sports Radio, Jimmy the Bag, Jose. They put it together, all the personalities giving their side total, props, opinions on the Rams-Bengals Super Bowl. If you haven't checked it out already, make sure you do that and get yourself paid for Super Bowl 56 on Sunday night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll see you again Monday for another edition of the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home for the weekend.
Yeah, man, you know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Yo, real talk, we got a big fucking weekend ahead of us. Y'all don't do anything I wouldn't do. Hey, you wide the fuck open. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay from these motherfucking bookies the rest. Yeah, man.